Hello, everyone. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Echo should be gone now. Sorry about that. I didn't notice that the channel was open on another tab. Okay, so we'll get started here. It is fixed. Perfect. We're docking at Mars. I hope consent was involved. Maybe it will be. It will be involved. Yeah. Well, when we request to dock, the consent will be given. Alrighty. So, just picking up where we left off last time, we were a little bit ways out from Mars. So we'll just take a look around the ship real quick, see if Daisy is okay. It looks like she is. We'll check Lulu here. Looks like she just needs some water. So we'll hop in the nav station, see what our course looks like, see if we need to do any alterations to it. I'm not sure why we are not on a course. That's okay. Even if we're not at the moment, that's not the end of the world. We can let it go for a bit. We are still over a ridiculous amount away from Mars, so. Oh, my starting screen's still up. I am so sorry. Thank you so much for the heads up there. We will just get rid of that here real quick. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Thank you for the heads up. Should be fixed now. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like we are just a little ways away from Mars still, and we don't have our autopilot working at the moment, which is fine. I kind of remember that was an issue, actually, as we were finishing up last time. But, yeah, that's fine. Your top mods got you. Oh, yeah, thank you so much, BDF. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we'll just go ahead, we'll hit play. And we will come down here and let's see. Does she have water with her still? Yes, she does. Wonderful. How much does she have left? Plenty. That's great. So we'll just drink up some water here. And give that a second. There we go. Great. So, let's take a look. What else does she need to do at the moment? Let's long for a better love life. And that should take care of her needs for a minute. Then we'll do a super speed forward. We'll just do some more working out, see if we can't get that a little bit higher, because of course she is getting it higher and higher consistently, which is always fantastic. Oh, her contact's very bad. Maybe we'll do that first. Yeah, let's take care of some of her other needs first. So we are up to 50%. We should be able to get a little higher before we get to Mars. VDF says, oh shit, I was just joking. Thanks, Lulu. My hammer is at your service. Well, you've made a couple jokes about it at this point, and like I trust you, so like having at least one mod's helpful. Even if you're not here for every single one of the streams or anything, you seem to pop in and out quite a bit, so you know, help with bots and the like. Never hurts, makes things look a little more official and a little bit more like I'm on the ball. But also, please feel free to just lurk. Oh, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that, BDF. I'll message you if I absolutely need your help with something for sure. Have some tea. For anybody joining us, just because we are still very much at the start here, just as a reminder, we're coming into Mars. Our autopilot seems not to be working today, which isn't too big of a deal. So we'll end up doing most of it as a manual, likely. We'll give it a try when we get closer, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We may end up manual the whole way instead of doing it with the autopilot, which is fine. I do find the autopilot isn't quite as good as I would like it to be for these long distance travels, but it's okay. Kind of gets you into the right area a lot of the time, at least, which is the important part, to be honest. All right, let's take a look. So we are still 11 hours out. We're gonna give it a pause for a moment. Let's try plotting the course. Duration would be 30 hours with 15 hours of reactive use and 19 hours remaining currently, so that would end up leaving us with 4. Have you tried percussive maintenance? I wish there was like a button for that. Maybe I should post that in the online chat for it, for suggestions for the game. So we're just playing with these numbers here because I would love to be able to do it so that she's not under high G stress the whole time. And that would leave us with a little more than an hour. So I'd like to go a little more safety here. So that would give us 2 more days. And we should be able to engage that without a problem. Great. And she should be okay with that amount of G-force. So we've engaged the course, we'll give it a play. Looks like everything is fine. Great. So, come down here, grab some food. Go into our inventory. There we go. Oh, we are still carrying around a crate. That could be very, very bad very shortly. With the G-forces hitting us in a moment here. Great. So, probably this one? Yes. Wonderful. So I am thinking, by the way, and let me know what you guys think about it, of doing a stream of Stationeers. It's another like really heavy mechanics game. It's a lot of fun. It's really difficult. It has its own programming language within it, and most of the game I find is balancing your different gases in inside of like space stations on like the surface of Mars or Europa or Venus, etc. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of been my new obsession when I'm not streaming. Really systems heavy. Like I still feel like I've just barely scratched the surface of it, to be honest. If people are interested in it, it is something else I was thinking of adding to the lineup. Yeah, okay, we're still good. You gotta drop little pods as you go? I don't think so. It's... That could be Planet Crafters. So this one is not terraforming at all. It's very much just building like your own little space station to live in. I think they have plans for more to it, but like right now it really is just a space station. I don't know why I keep calling it a space station. It's a little colony settlement thing. Um, Definitively like inspired by that Mars movie where the guy grows potatoes in his poop. It's a really good game actually. And it is actually multiplayer as well. So that might be something fun to do as well, where we build a colony and I'll stream some of the colony here and there kind of thing, if that's of interest to anybody. There we go. Just taking care of all our needs here. Managed to remember to pay Daisy before we owed her money. Oh, is she able to move? Looks like she is. Wonderful. We'll get her to drink and eat a bit. There we go. Good job, Daisy. Eat some food. Lulu, go to the bathroom, and then we'll get you to work out again. Oh, Daisy, don't forget your pain meds. Eat your pills. Oh, goodness. Poor thing. Still fixing that broken leg. But, you know, it kind of makes things a lot more, makes the stakes a lot higher, right? Where it takes time to actually heal injuries and whatnot. Okay, so Lulu's gonna get working out a bit. She feels suspicious and distrustful. My goodness, and still contact neglected. All right, we should really spend some time and try and get you to feel better about life, you poor introverted soul. Speed this up a bit. Browse some more. Browse some more. Browse even more. Great. She is starting to feel less terrible about life. Not sure why she's feeling suspicious. I wonder if it's all the weird horror meat stuff that's going on in the background. Oh yeah, and that purple tentacle thing that we saw while we were speeding along exercising last time. Oof. That was terrifying. I just about jumped out of my skin when I saw it originally. There we go. You can do it. You can feel better about being all alone in the middle of nowhere in a tin can in space. There we go. Feeling much better about herself now. Great. Let's go work out and do some super speed. Great. Do another 6 hours of working out. Get much closer to Mars. Let's go check out where we're at. Oops. There we go. We'll go check in where we are and then take care of some of those other needs. Probably do a sleep or two. Yeah, so we're still 2 days out, but we are getting there, and we will end up at a good spot on that approach, which I'm happy about. So, drink some water. Feel better about life by having some water. Always a good choice. Personally, I prefer tea. But yeah. For sure, VDF, no worries. All right. Just clean up after that massive 12-hour workout, basically, back to back, 2 6-hour segments. Wash up, clean up, and then we'll head back to sleep. Can Daisy move at all? No. Daisy is passed out from G-forces at the moment, which not ideal, but fine. We did get her food and took more pills and took care of her injuries before that happened, luckily. All right, just speed through all of this housekeeping here. Oops, there we go. Which one is it? There we go. Browse social app a little bit. Feel a little less lonely. Oh, good, we've stopped feeling suspicious of others as well, which is always good. Not sure why that happened to begin with, but I suspect it may have had to do with that crazy, weird tentacle thing we saw just outside the ship the last time. Oh, that was... Still makes me, not jump a little, but definitely makes me a little on edge. I'm wondering what it is and when we'll see it again, or hopefully we don't crash into it at some point. There we go. Just hit these a whole bunch to get back into the right mood. And then we can head to bed. And we'll get to Mars quickly that way. Great. Asleep. We'll just jump 6 hours. There we go. Go. Wonderful. Hungry, thirsty. Not a problem. Oop. We are on a sleep shift. I don't want that at the moment. Perfect. Hop into the nav station, check where we're at. Great. We are not too bad at all. One more day, and we'll be there. So, with that day, we'll take care of a couple of needs here real quick again. Just make sure that we don't have to do such a big one like we just had to do by keeping it up a little bit all the time. Better to do a little bit constantly than have to worry about these really bad ones every once in a while. There we go. For anyone joining us, we are just heading to Mars at the moment, and we'll be getting ready to dock there shortly. We'll have to do a couple more super fast forward speeds to get there, but that's all right. We are definitely making good progress. We did manage to get the autopilot working again, if you happen to see what happened at the end of the last stream. So we'll start exercising, then we'll skip 6 more hours. We'll double check on Daisy, see if Daisy can... Nah, Daisy's having issues with the G-forces. So we'll skip 6 hours. Away we go. Boom. Great. Oh. He fell over. That's okay. Give it a second. Great. All right, so let's just check in where we're at. We should still have at least 1, if not 2 more big time skips to do. ETA is 1 day. Yeah, so we've got a couple more time skips to do. There we go. Not sure why we fell over. Sometimes that happens. So we'll grab... Actually, we'll try drinking first, see if that fixes our food. Sometimes it does. And nah, we're close enough that we actually need to eat too. That's fine. Come on. There we go. Wonderful. And we will have some terrible prepackaged food. And then we'll get on with it. Oh, we need to drink some more water. Cool. Get that taken care of. Brush teeth. You know, I love how they have all these like little things that affect the sim. It's fantastic when they do it. I love seeing it. It just makes it like feel that much more alive, and like your character actually needs to do things that make a little more sense, opposed to just the standard gamified do this, do that, etc. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely something I'm aiming for in the games that I'm working on and building myself, is to try and see like the different layers of simulation actually interact properly and well and maintain. But yeah, they did a great job, the devs of this game, for sure. All right, so we'll hop back into the bed for another few hours here. You should come back down here, Daisy. What is your pain level from that broken leg? You're still in severe pain, my goodness. All right, that's fine. Let's freshen up with some water. If you're joining us, we're just going to be heading into Mars here shortly, just taking care of some needs, and I suspect we'll have 2 more big advances of time, those 6-hour chunks, and then we should be looking at coming in to dock. We are doing a fairly decent trade run. Expected to make a decent amount of money on this trip from Mercury. We did make a good bit going from Venus to Mercury, and now we're doing the next leg of it. Also, we saw something super creepy in the last stream. If you hadn't seen it, the purple ickiness off to the side. Ickiness, tentacles, whatever you want to call it works. There we go. Sleeping and recovering. We'll just flip this over to sleep, so you sleep properly. 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That slight vibration is killing me a little bit. There we go. Hopefully it'll kind of reset the simulation. Yep, perfect, it did. Yeah, when we fell over when we woke up the last time, it gave a couple small bugs there. But that's fixed now. Great. Come back up here, grab some... Actually, grab some water first, again. Insert beaver joke here. Hey Sugio, how you doing today? Yep, wrong game, not beavers today. It is astronauts, and we will be docking at Mars shortly. Yep, wrong one, but that's okay. Timberborn, for those who may not be following what Sugio in chat there was talking about, it's another game that I stream quite a bit. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic game where you take care of beavers after all the humans are dead and gone. And, you know, of course, there's always got to be a beaver joke about it. All the little beavers working hard, running around. It's a fantastic game, and Timberborn actually came out 1.0 last week, I believe. I've been playing the experimental still, and it is fantastic, the 1.0, and they keep doing updates constantly for it. Also much cuter than cockroaches, Sugio. I totally agree. The beavers are super cute. especially when they play patty cake. I did a clip of it because it was so cute. I think I may even have done a couple because I was just so obsessed with the cuteness that was the little baby beavers playing patty cake with each other, or kind of playing it with each other. Such a cute game. There we go. Get Daisy to eat some more food. Throw another stack into her inventory. Oh, you haven't seen the animation, Sugio? Oh my goodness. Yeah, either you can check out some of the clips that I did on my channel. They'll have a couple of the kids playing patty cake, or of course the VODs, and again, I'll be streaming it on Monday and Wednesday next week. And sorry to everybody where I missed 2 of my planned streams this past week. I was kind of sick, so I missed the Tuesday, and then I did the Wednesday, the first one, but the second one, I didn't have the ability to do it. I just wasn't feeling very good. But we're back to it today with the rest day yesterday. Have you started trying the 1.0 yet there, Sugio, or not yet? For Timberborn, of course. There we go. Just do a quick speed ahead. There we go. And we'll go check to see where we are. Getting there. Great. Maybe 3 more super speeds and we'll be there. That's totally fine. Have some water. Food. Not yet. Recovering from a cold. Just got back to my PS5 Satisfactory save today. Nice. How's the factory coming? In Satisfactory, is it growing lots? Any crazy nuclear issues to deal with? For anyone who may not know what Satisfactory is, by the way, it's another really heavy simulation game, quite deep. Satisfactory, I would say, is closer to Stationeers than Astronauts is. Lol, not yet. That's on my PC save. Gotcha. Totally fair. Freshen up with some water, and Satisfactory is pretty good. It's kind of similar to Factorio, but 3D. A little bit different. And just the nuclear issues. When you get far enough along, you can use nuclear power. But you have to be careful about how you deal with the waste. Otherwise, it can build up and eventually swallow the entire map. Which is funny, but also absolutely horrible. Not a great situation. You can, of course, like, do a couple of fun things, like throwing it off of the cliffs and whatnot, but it can also cause it to crash if you do that too much. We will hop back on the strength trainer there. Hop over to Daisy. I'm just automating Nobelisks and on my way to aluminum. Very nice, Sugio. Yeah, the aluminum hill is a... I hate doing it every time. Like, it's so great and useful that, like, I feel a need to do it every time, of course, and, like, I find I put it off for too long sometimes, just because of how much time it can take. Or, like, the drones, too. Like, when you were streaming the other day there, Sugio, sometimes I just skip drones, because I'm like, do I want to set this up, or would I be happier just running trains and or a million miles of conveyors? And then I'm like, oh, no, bots are better. But I definitely put those 2 big things off for longer than I should sometimes. Having the hover jet as a goal helps getting up the aluminum hill, hands down. Totally agree. Could not agree more. It's like it's just needed. Honestly, the hover jets just, they're so needed that I have a hard time without them anymore. Where like before, like I can't remember which um meth nice VDF. Meth will help. Fair enough. I can't remember which update for Satisfactory it was, but when they came out with that hoverjet, I was playing on a save with a really good friend, and he's like, "Why haven't you built a hoverjet yet? We've had them forever." And I'm like, "What?" Oh, love early access stuff, but I definitely miss some of those things. There we go. Just like in another good example is Timberborn, where I missed the copy paste for buildings. Took me forever to see that it had actually come through finally. There we go. Just taking care of all of those needs. Ride home a bit. There we go. I think that's what Stationeers scratches really well too, is the same similar itch as Satisfactory. Not the same as Factorio. It's like another step away from the satisfaction of having like this really big factory that just continuously gets bigger, like in Factorio. Satisfactory feels like a step away from it, but in 3D. And then Stationeers is another step away from it, but it's so deep on atmospherics and how you interact with the environment and like your own little space station. Super cool. Very difficult. Just starting to really get into it. There we go. Come on, you can exercise. I believe in you. Great. Do another 6-hour jump. Fantastic. And of course, we'll go double check where we are exactly. We'll be getting close. Yeah, under a day. So we've got 1, maybe 2 more to do now. All right. For the big time skips is what I'm talking about, of course. If you're just joining us, we are getting ready to do our approach to dock at Mars. And that will be shortly here. We're just doing tons of working out while we head there. And yes, training is up to 75%. Nice. Adding Stationeers to wish list, Sugio. Hands down, great idea. I was also mentioning that I was thinking about adding it to the list of things to stream. And was thinking about doing 1 or 2 next. Sorry, just seeing that bot in the chat there. I'm thinking of streaming it next week a little bit. And if anybody was really interested, thanks so much there, VDF. If anybody was interested and they wanted to join in on a colony, that would be really cool and fun at some point, I think. And then do a little bit of streaming of that colony of whatever we end up building. Yeah. Very cool game. Potentially. Very nice VDF, very nice. There we go. Take care of all the needs here. So my partner, I've talked about her a bit before. They're from Ukraine, and her absolute like favorite food is potatoes. Hands down, absolute favorite food. In like 101 different ways, of course, because you can do just about anything with potatoes, right? And one of the things you do in Stationeers, because it's definitely inspired by that Mars movie where the guy grows potatoes in his poop. You actually get to grow potatoes and build a big, huge greenhouse with all different kinds of crops in it and whatnot, and then like make French fries on like Mars, for example, or like what I did today, I made them on Europa, freezing cold Europa. There we go. Finish cleaning yourself up there, girl. Fantastic. Getting cleaned up. Did I remember to pay Daisy today? I forget to do that so often. Hey, I managed to remember. Look at that. I am impressed with myself. I'll walk over here. What are your stats looking like? We're okay for the most part, but we'll do a couple more here. And there we go. And then we will clean ourselves up even a bit more. Just so that when we do this next, oops, wrong spot. There we go. Nope. Oh, we're out of water on that one. That's okay. Come over here. This is where all of our flasks that we bought on Mercury are. Make sure that I've got the right one. Nope. Sometimes I do that. I'll click and then like, ha, there we go. Whoops, took me like 4 tries to get that done, but that's okay to switch what's in my inventory here. Great, much happier about all of that for her. Send her off to exercise. Have some water for Daisy. Oh my god, is she not in pain? She's not in extreme pain anymore without meds. Woo! That's exciting. Daisy's broken leg is finally like healing up pretty good. Instead of, oh my goodness, eat. There you go. Instead of being in absolutely screaming agony, she is in minor pain. Only took her like, I don't know, 2 weeks? Feels like it's been like 2 weeks in game for her to heal that leg. But that's kind of cool too, you know, like actually having to wait for things to heal up a bit. What did you do to Daisy? So when we were leaving K-Leg a while ago, we accidentally may have accelerated time through the asteroid, and Daisy almost died. And well, Bello, she did die. And yes, she's still on our ship from like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that was the first Astronauts stream. Maybe the second one? Yup, oops. Hands down. Let's take a look here. So we're 12 hours out. Great. All right. Flip our roster so that you stop trying to do silly things. There we go. Let's long for a bit of a better love life here. Great. Just get our contact up as well. And then we'll probably sleep for for 6 hours here, just so that we don't hit that as an issue. There we go. And we'll see exactly when we decide to flip over to manual control from the autopilot. I semi-trust the autopilot, but I definitely don't fully. Just too many issues have come up. We've flown through too many planets at this point. And there we go. Everything is almost green. just be a little soft green. Doesn't need to be this hard, like, perfect, but I would like you to be, like, mostly happy about your life in this little tin can that's going across the solar system here. There we go. Fantastic, that's good enough. Let's have you check all of your needs here. Great. We'll have some water, probably eat, clean up a bit, and then we'll put her to sleep. Let's speed up here. Freshen up with some water. Fantastic. Drink some water. There we go. Much happier. Clean up a little bit more, then we'll head to bed and we will grab Daisy, whose leg's finally not broken. I'm so happy about that. Over to you, Daisy. My goodness. Look at that. Finally, without a broken leg. Oh, you're on a work shift, so you're automatically going to keep waking up from that. So we'll just put a couple in there. And we'll put you back to sleep properly. There we go. Fantastic. If you're just joining us and you've seen the stream before, Daisy's leg's finally not broken. So happy about that. Not in screaming pain, just minor pain. So with a little bit more usage of medication, she will be able to work like normal again, which is fantastic because she has been down and out for like 2 weeks now. Great, put them to sleep. We're just getting ready to come into Mars. Either this was the last 6-hour chunk. Yeah, that was probably the last 6-hour chunk here. Oops, Daisy's moving. I don't want Daisy to move yet. Go back to bed. And we're going to be 6 to 8 hours out, I think. Maybe less. Yeah, 6 and a bit hours. Great, and we're 184 kilometers for our relative velocity. And we're coming in 6 hours. So let's just see what it looks like in 6 hours here. Use this handy dandy little tool to plot courses in the future. Keep my hand well away from accidentally taking, whoops. My goodness. There's no like good happy medium here. There we go. 5, and we are 6 and a bit hours, 6 hours, 40 minutes. Great. So, let's see. So 6.5 hours is probably where I will kill it. Daisy was asking for the Void who almost got her to the airlock, but they settled on broken limbs. Yes. There we go. So that looks good for the most part. I think I'm going to be happy with where we'll end up. Yeah, so one of them died though. Like the other crew member, she actually did end up dying. It was terrible. Tried to save her, but she totally died. There was no saving her. She went unconscious and just like died almost immediately. But we tried. We would have kept her alive for at least a little while if she had survived. But a spacer's death, yeah. We should at some point, you know, dispose of the body. It's almost like a permanent ornament, though. Ooh, oh, did you see the tentacles? I don't see the tentacles. But they are terrifying. I missed them this time, if they were there. All right, let's take a look at all of your stats. Drink up a bit. There we go. Have some tea myself. And we'll exercise for 3 tentacles. I didn't think this game was that kind of game. It's not that kind of game, VDF. Get out of the gutter, my goodness. It's not that kind of game, but there are some horror elements. And part of that horror element is definitely some creepiness out there. But it's warm and squishy here. That can be questionable, but hopefully it's all right. Warm and squishy is not always good. There's definitely bad warm and squishy. Oh, nasty. And all I can think is like, why is the water too warm? Elder-Rich horror, awesome. Yeah, VDF, it definitely is. It's kind of Elder-Rich, but kind of not. Just to kind of like give a quick rundown of what we know about it, just to not give spoilers, is there's this company that packages these little bits of food that we've been eating recently. And it's mystery meat. Nobody knows what kind of meat it is. They won't tell anybody what kind of meat it is, you know, all that kind of thing. And there was some kind of accident at their lab on Mars. And that's part of why we're going to Mars, is see what's going on. Why not? Soylent Green is people. Oh man, I love Futurama so much. That is all I can think of every time about Soylent. And like, oh, Beast with a Billion Backs, one of their movies had tentacles. My goodness. Yes. The Xenomorph will be having a hell of a time. Oh yes. We'll find out exactly how much fun that Xenomorph's having shortly. Well, it's not a Xenomorph. I know what it is, but Xenomorph's the wrong direction. It's not, what's the word that I'm looking for? Insect-like? Insect-like, I think is the word. I'm fairly certain that's the right word, but... Yeah! Well, we could try and kill it. That is one of the options. Even more tentacleness. Oh my goodness. All of the tentacles in chat. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, what would I do without tea? Daisy, you really should not be now with extra suckers. Oh goodness. Yes, Sugio, now with extra suckers. Which actually brings me to another point too. That sounds terrible. Oh my goodness. In Stationeers, there's also aliens and whatnot. H.P. Lovecraft and H.R. Geiger would like a word? Oh no. Oh no. I don't know who H.R. Geiger is. I assume it's the person that invented like Geiger counters. I know who Lovecraft is, of course, but like, why do they want a word? What did I do? Oh no? Question? Alright, so this is our last super speed here. Different Geiger. He's the dude who invented the Geiger counter and the alien. Different Geiger. Oh, interesting. Same dude. I have no idea, so you two will have to settle that one. Alright, let's hop into the nav station. Really, today I learned. Indeed. Very cool. Yeah, I also had no idea that that was the same person. That's kind of cool. You're gonna grab a link. Nice. There we go. Cleanse. Clean up a little bit. Fantastic. Okay, let's grab some food real quick. and we'll get ready for the final approach. And I don't think the orbital that we're going to first is the lab. I think it's just like a more generic one than the lab one, but we'll see when we get there. And let's just check our roster. Did I forget to pay Daisy? Yeah, see, I forgot to pay Daisy again. I even thought about it. Okay, back to our nav station here. Just keep an eye on our time here, an hour 31. We're gonna reset that. Great. Yeah, so we are looking very, very happy here for this approach. Let's take a look. Let's double check our damage here. Let's bring this gradient down a little bit so that it doesn't blind us all when we look. Fantastic. Oops. Forgot to go back to default. Let's check our stats. Did we get up to 100? Nah, we're at 75% though. We're almost there. We are almost strong. Fantastic. Which means we'll be able to deal with the G-forces better. And we will be able to do close combat better. And Sugio says, alas, Wiki disagrees. Hans Geiger died in 1945. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so I feel like he didn't invent Alien unless he wrote a book first? Maybe? I have no idea. VDF, yes. If you're just joining us here, we are getting ready to dock at an orbital around Mars on a trade run, and then we're going to head to the lab probably directly following that. Hans Rudi Geiger was born in 1940. My bad, got confused because people came up with Geiger counter as a joke. Oh, nice, fun. There we go. Fantastic. Come on, get through all of your needs here so that we can dock. There we go. When did the first Alien movie come out anyway, though? It's definitely a piece of trivia that I have no idea about. There we go. Hop into the nav station here. 79. Gotcha. Thank you very much for letting me know. Okay. So we are 1 hour out. So we'll speed up time here a little bit. That still means that Hans Geiger was quite... Not Hans Geiger. Are they both Hans Geiger? Oh, it's slightly different spelling on their last name. Gotcha. Didn't notice that when I was looking quickly earlier. Well, the younger one, the one born in 1970, or not 1970, sorry, 1940, he was still pretty young when Aliens came out then. Also, we just saw Mars there for a moment. Somewhere around in the background. Oh, gotcha. Johannes, that makes sense. We set our map. Great. And are we using... Yes, we are using the torch drive at the moment. The Geiger counter. Nice. Thanks for the links. Excuse me, have some tea. There we go. Final approach if you're just joining us. on to Mars. We are still under autopilot, and we'll be killing it, the autopilot, possibly a little bit early. We'll see how this goes. But we'll see. From HR. Oh, nice. That makes sense, VDF. Like, it's super cool. VDF, for anybody who doesn't know, has a really awesome sleeve up one of his arms. It's really cool. Okay, here we go. 55 minutes. Going 120. Our cross is fine. This little yellow spot should be where we end. There we go. Go up. Go up a little bit more. Yeah, VDF did something really cool there last year, Sugio, for his birthday. He did a tattoo party at his place. If you can't tell, we know each other in person too. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and you got part of the sleeve done during that, didn't you there, VDF? So I'm just looking at our advanced time here to see exactly where we'll end up. Great, and it'll be in a good spot. Hadn't guessed. I'm a stalker. Yeah, don't you know? I'm like a pro at stalking. I definitely was never part of my job at one point in time to be really good at finding people and knowing everything about them. Definitely not. Definitely not a stalker. Okay, here we are, 34 minutes. I'm still really happy with how the autopilot ended up. Nickname is Hey You in the Bushes. Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. That sounds like something a stalker would say. Yeah, what can I say? I'm not good at pretending I wasn't a stalker. Man, that sounds terrible. Oof. Context. Out of context, that would be so bad. Okay, 25 minutes. 52 kilometers. We're still moving quick. Moving very quick. But that's okay. We're still well under the 4Gs of what Lulu can handle here as we're on our final approach with the autopilot still engaged. We'll probably let the autopilot finish out and then take over pretty quick. There we go. If you're just joining us, we are final approach for Mars here, and we managed to get our strength training up to 75% on our way from Mercury. So happy about that. And our chat is talking about terrible things of being a stalker. Of me being a stalker specifically. I promise I'm not, but you know. Fun to joke. Okay. And this red line, of course, around the station is not red, it's orange. Sorry, my bad. This orange line is where the torch drive will cut out. And it's going to cut out in a moment. And back to regular time at the 30-second mark-ish. Close enough, 34 seconds. 34 seconds until we are no longer using the torch drive for this approach, and then we'll switch to the RCS for the rest, and we may actually kill our torch drive now because the autopilot will bring us right to 0, which we don't want. For sure, VDF, take your time. No worries. Oh my gosh, I didn't kill the active cycle. Whoops. That's okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, that comes down, that comes down. I almost made the reactor melt down. That was fun. We are definitely going in the wrong direction. That's okay. We will fix that. Get ourselves moving in the right direction here. Great. Okay, so now that we're moving somewhat in the right way, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, with the reactor meltdown, I definitely didn't just kill the cycle without killing the flow as well. So basically, cycle is how much is going out of the ship versus the flow, which is the how much basically is burning and like how much power you're generating. So what I'm just doing here is setting up the ship to travel on a nice line towards the station. I like having a nice reference line, and then just bring that down a bit. There we go. That was not a nice feeling. What just happened? Did I just get hit by a micrometeor? It is entirely possible that was a micrometeor. Okay, looks like we're good. All right. I am a little jumpy, to be honest, as we come into Mars here. Just with the whole interesting thing that happened in a lab that was being reported on the news, and then we like did a hack into their files and whatnot, and yeah, creepiness. Have we started docking yet? We are well on our way to it. We will be doing it very shortly, but not that kind of docking. Different kind of docking, PDF. Different kind. There we go. And we'll just travel at like 157 meters per second here. And touch up our cross velocity as we go. Got a decent bearing here. Don't want to miss it too much. And of course, because everything's moving in space, yes, we are about to roll up to a port. Specifically, one of the ones around Mars. And of course, because everything is moving in space, the planet rotates and we're not, I'm never not going to joke about it, totally fair. Our cross velocity changes based on how quick something is orbiting. Go 185 kilometers. Go, moving at 100 meters a second. Go. Yeah, plenty of RCS. Like me in the beaver jokes. Yeah, you did text their VDF while you were at work about it. Good old beavers. Gotta love them. They're so cute. The non-guttery kind of beavers. Just to be clear. Okay. RCS is still in a good place. There we go. Here we go. I mean, I like smooth movies. Oh my goodness. Oh, geez. Oh, this station is orbiting a moon. Okay, good thing I realized that. Okay. Otherwise, we may have gone straight into that. Not straight into the moon, but like we were working on going into the moon. That's for sure. Oops. There we go. Come back this way a bit. A bit more. Fantastic. If you're just joining us, we will be docking at the Upsilon complex. It's an orbital station around Mars. Force docking. I mean, oh my goodness. You can't force docking in this. Or attempt to, I guess. But we will not be doing that right now. We will be correctly docking, requesting access to dock, etc., etc. Do you know how absolutely terrible it would be if we can't dock here for some reason? Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, wicked. We can dock here, but we're too far away, which is fine. We'll be close enough in a minute here. Consent is important. Yes, consent is always important. Okay. Clear the proximity warning. I'm pretty sure that was just for the moon. Let's check our range. Yeah, it was. Okay. There we go. Yeah, see, this is perfect. It's just slowly coming to us as we get closer to it. This is definitely my preferred way to dock. Also, we can kind of see Mars in the background up here somewhere. But we'll get a better look at it in a moment. Yes. Yes, Sugio. Yes. Okay. We can request clearance in a moment. Autosave. Oh, please don't kill me, autosave. Autosaves occasionally, if you're holding a button to adjust your course, will occasionally teleport you into something because it thinks you were holding it all through the save. And that's no fun. There we go. Much easier. Fights to stop the loot. Let's request that one. Oh, music's overpowering. My apologies. We'll bring that down. Is that better? Astronauts is all over the place with music. Sometimes it's barely there, sometimes it's way too much. A little more? You got it. How's that? A little bit better? Sorry about that, everybody. Some of the tracks are super quiet, and then some of them, like that one, very loud. But that's okay. It's an alpha game, like, or beta. Is it beta? I'm not sure. Perfect. Good to hear. Thanks for the help there, BDF. Yeah, Blue Bottle, they're working on this. It's I think their second game. Neo Scavenger was their first. Little company, fantastic. Not a AAA studio, so you know there are little bugs, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're super responsive, super helpful with them, and it's a nice little indie title. Love it. There we go. Clamped, and we are docked. That was a pretty good one. All right, we will exit. And let's pause for a moment to flip our roster. There we go. We'll go pick up our crate and let's get our first look at Mars. Yay, Mars. I don't know if I should be excited about it or not, but we'll find out. Hopefully we'll at least make some good money. Oh yeah, it's the Welcome to Voltaire, home to the Brave New Worlds Corporation's famous Voltaire University and high-tech research facility par excellence. Voltaire hosts the system's best biomedical labs and is always seeking science materials and test subjects to fuel its production of ever new marvels of modern technology. Perhaps in time, visitors will be Welcome to participate in more than simply port and trade activities. Don't forget your helmet. I do have it in the crate, and like the full EVA suit is in the crate. But we shouldn't need it here. But just in case we do have it with us, and Mars, particularly Voltaire here, is one of the generic stations. So this is just what the generic stations look like. They haven't had a chance to like fully flesh it out yet. It is one of the things that Blue Bottle wants to do post 1.0, but there has to be enough interest in the game and it has to do well enough for them to continue supporting the game and doing things like that and adding more and more to the game. I hope they do. I love it. So like always more content is fantastic. Let's take a look at trade, which is the main thing we're here for. Okay, and we are selling science today for a plus 79% markup, and we bought it at like a negative 30%, 355. I think we paid like 150 or something per. Oh, that's fantastic. We're gonna make so much money. That is great. Yay. Profitable trade run. Here we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. See, sometimes the buttons don't quite want to cooperate, but that's okay. Yeah, you can see not all of our bays were full this time, unfortunately, just because Venus did not have enough for us to buy and then go ahead and sell it here. And then we're going to look at possibly going to some of the other Mars colonies because we are at the lab one we were talking about. And then we will see what's next. Okay. Let's see what they have for sale here. See if they have anything worth buying. Woo, the Elrich Horror approves. Yes. Yes, we'll try and like force that to start happening a bit more. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have anything like great for sale. We'll buy all of their food. Oh my gosh, water is very expensive. No, just the drink pouch is expensive. The actual water is not very expensive. My goodness. So the drink pouch has like 4 water in it. The flasks have like 20 odd, I want to say. Crazy pricing. And we'll buy the food, of course, just to be safe, but nothing else is really interesting here today. Just the standard goodies. Alrighty. Let's see, let's go look up the mystery meat. Go look up mystery meat. Why aren't you walking there? Is there a locked door? Yes, there's a locked door between you and that terminal. Okay, is there a terminal that isn't behind a locked door? Or are we going to engage in some lock picking? Yeah, looks like we're going to engage in some lock picking. We are going to access that lock. I say lock picking, but it's hacking. Great. There we go. Hacked. Bam. Meat's meat. Meat's meat, and man's gotta eat. Yes. Very nice, Studio. That was a tongue twister. All right, so let's look up mystery meat. There we go. Looks like nothing was found looking it up. Let's try hacking from here. We did this before. Motel hell. You hack the various seeking information. Yeah, see, like nothing's, yeah, I don't know. Not telling us about it. Can I pilot the station? Unregistered user detected. Okay, okay, I can. That's what I figured, but, you know, worth checking. Worth checking. This has potential as Hotel California. Very nice. All right. There's some fridges, some bathrooms, some racks. Yeah, there's really nothing on the generic ones, but you know, that's fine. Small company, takes time to get through everything. What we will do here real quick is check and see Port Independence, which is not where we are, in Quintangmen, where the mother and the father are for our character here. Can I use the pass while we're here? Pass is like it's a little ferry. Nope, no using it here. That's fine. Okay. Let's take a look at the nav station, decide where we're going to go next. Great things can have small beginnings. Oh, for sure. And like this company, they're amazing. They're small, but absolutely amazing. There we go. Skip out to planetary view. So this is where we are now. I guess we might as well hit MTRS first and then MLab. Kind of makes sense. MTRS, then MLab. So let's go up here. And we will trade. And we're at MVol. There it is. So this is where we are. And then we're looking at the other two M's at the moment. Is there anything worth buying? MTRS. Industrial product. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? There we go. Tools. And weapons. Weapons are what we're buying. Looks like we are being a gun runner for a moment. Meth, you know, for G tolerance. Very nice. There are these like stim pack things that, oh, I maxed out on the weight. There are these stim pack things that are called G-Lock that help with G tolerance, which is great. Oh, I already bought all of it. That's super disappointing. MVol, so tools. We'll buy all of the tools. Looks like we bought them out of all of their tools as well. Let's see. What else has a good price? Industrial products. Great. My goodness, I think we can actually buy more than one batch of industrial products. There we go. Hopefully make some more money. Maybe we'll cross that 10 million mark on this run. That would be fantastic. I am thinking we may also pick up some hull parts though, because even if it's a while before we offload them, it's 80% less. Now, there's so few places that buy them at a decent price, so we'll just keep buying these industrial parts here. Happy with that. Won't be a huge payday, but it'll be a good one nonetheless. Go. See, this is one of those things where like, oh yes, this is definitely not a AAA game. Because this is a quality of life item for sure that could get implemented in the future. That would be great. Where you just max out the maximum amount of a particular trade category versus what storage you have available, even if it's across multiple cargo pods, would be great. Like, It's probably partially because they have these different categories. I never think about the different categories because these are the specialty ones, so it doesn't matter. I can always carry the cargo. Great. So we will go to the kiosk here. Let's fill our HE3. Grab a little bit of heavy water. Gun pod, food pod, body pod. No, it's radiation, refrigeration, and padding, I think, for like luxury stuff, if I remember right. I don't remember at the moment. Perfect. Buy all of our goodies that we need to get to our next stop. Actually, before we go, let's try talking to somebody real quick. Just see if there's anything here about... Nah, oh, maybe. Keeps moving. No, it's just mentioned headline. That's okay. Weird way to categorize inventory. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. It's commodities though, right? So it's a little weird anyway. All right, so we'll hop back into the nav station. And come over to our target here. So we're going to MTRS first. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is an orbital station. Good. It's not down on the ground. Oops. Rolling back, ready to undock. Exactly. Just making sure that we have our target set up before we do it. And we do. 21,000 kilometers. Fantastic. We'll switch to controls here. Oh, I have an unread message. Oh, see, this is the creepy one from the void message. Why did I do that? That was the wrong button. There we go. Reset our target. There we go. Go to main menu. Dock info. Request clearance to undock. Oh, goodness. Yummy tea. And... Huh? There we go. And away we go. Hard burn backwards for a moment just to make sure that we're not gonna run into it. Check our ship. Check our trajectory. Great. So I know in general it's going to be over there. So we will reset our map. There we go. We'll do a short torch burn here, I think. But it won't be days of torching again. This one should be pretty quick. We're only 21,000 kilometers away. There we go. Adjust. Oops. There we go. How can this not be meth use? Terrible. Okay, and we'll try and kill a little bit of our cross velocity here. And we're only 5 hours out. Great. We'll burn RCS till we hit 90%, and then we'll just do a speed up here. There we go. We just need to get out of the red line so that we can use the torch drive, and then we can adjust properly. Yeah. Yeah, so our bearing's getting closer and closer to where it needs to actually end up being, which is good. So we will adjust our heading to be a little bit off of that line. There we go. And these are our different orbital lines, by the way, that pop up. If we pull out far enough, yeah, so if I were to just leave it right now, we'd probably end up in orbit around Mars, which is not what we're trying to do. So let's give it a little more, a little more, a little bit more. There we go. Speed up to 16. 4 hours away. Nah, it's gonna be a lot less. Okay. Turn that off. Do we want our safety limiter? Yeah, we'll throw the safety on for now. It's not gonna be that big of a burn anyway, so I don't think we want to go up to like 5 Gs. We should be happy at just under 2. Which means Daisy can get some of her needs taken care of, so can we. There we go, just get outside of that red line. Good. Perfect. Cycle active, start the flow, try not to blow up. Great, core is okay. Not. Man, we really aren't. Okay. Yay, gravity. Gravity is fun. Where's your sense of adventure? Not wanting to blow up. Yeah, I'd rather not be out there in the middle of nowhere. Floating through space. Forgot to drop the crate, so we're getting some weight issues here. And just in a couple minutes, we're going to take a short break too. Is there going to be another sun situation? Okay, the sun situation was on purpose. We purposely flew into the sun. For science. Sort of. But no, we're not going to pass out from G-forces this time. There we go. Set that up. Valid reason for a safe scum. We did it on purpose. Yeah, we purposely flew to the sun, and once we did the science, we oh, you were there. Okay, I didn't know you saw the whole thing. My bad. My bad. But yeah, we just flew into it. Nothing there. I hope something will be there this time. Nah, I'm sure something will be there this time. All right, let's increase our flow, increase our cycle. Oh, you just couldn't reply. I wasn't. What happened? Oh, so one of the people followed over from the, death, from the Discord for astronauts. They wanted to see what happens in the sun if you fly towards the sun, if it would heat up, and if you would die. Well, nothing happens. You just die. You just crash into something. There's nothing there. No heat, nothing else. You just die. Okay, so let's kill our cross velocity here a bit. Is likely what we're going to do here in a moment after this autosave finishes off. Fantastic. Yeah, so let's just worry about our cross velocity for a moment. Turn a bit. And once we hit about 200, we'll come back to center. There we go. Bring our RCS down. Great. Great. I'm liking this projection for our torch drive burn here. At about 45-minute mark, we will cut the drive. A little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. So if you're just joining us, we're going to take a break in a moment here. And I'm going to leave it drifting while I throw up some music again. I definitely just need a 2-minute break, so we'll throw up the Be Right Back one, see if it's working right. Look at that, it is. Wonderful. So you're not going to see the game for a few moments here, and I will throw some music on, and I'll be back in about 2 to 5 minutes. Where did my music go? There it is. There. Perfect. I will be back in a moment. Hello, everyone. Thanks for giving me a couple moments there. Grab some more tea, grab a couple other things, take a quick break. Okay, so we'll hop right back in here. Just for anybody who joined us during the break, we already docked at the Uplason complex of Mars, and we're headed to Port Yangshan, MTRS, the orbital station. So let's go ahead, we'll resume. So we just did a torch burn. up to about 7 kilometers per second for our relative velocity. And we will drift till about hitting the 15-minute mark or so. And then we will flip around and start burning in the opposite direction. And as you can see, we just came in range to be affected by the gravity of Mars. VDF's asking, is it currently the inner system for Sol, or do they have the outer reaches as well? Yeah, okay, we've got time. Let's go inner. So, as you can see, all of the inner planets, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and of course Mars, where we are is right here. And then if you keep going out, you do get the other outer planets, and then you get like the really far out ones like Pluto and whatnot, and then even further out you get, oh my gosh, I'm not far enough out. There you go. I'm just gonna stop talking and show you. It goes a long way. It goes a very long way out for what's out there. But yeah, it's all generic for the stations. But you know, they're working on it a little bit more constantly. It's very cool. At least I think it's very cool. All right, let's speed up our time here a little bit. And if anyone has any other questions about astronauts in general, please feel free to ask. Last time during the stream, we were talking about the specifics of how to set up a reactor and how to be safe with it and whatnot. The microplanet Pluto, I bet they could use some meth and heating blankets. Oh my god. Yeah, we could check it out. The farthest station out is this one. I think there's one here. I'm not sure. I don't want to start clicking too much until we've docked, just because resetting up everything at the moment for our target is going to be a little closer for comfort than I'd like, to be honest. Okay, great. Let's come into station, which is the ship, of course. Okay, so we are getting ready to do our burn to slow down. So we'll just spin around, reverse our orientation. Torch drive is always at the back of your ship. You don't have any other kind of control over about where it would end up being. There we go. At least for like how the thrust is applied, I should be a little bit more specific about that. Great, there we go. And at about the 15-minute mark is where we'll start cycling up and start the flow up a little bit. A little bit more. Yeah, you can see as we're getting closer to Mars too, you can see the gravity is coming up slowly as well, which is kind of cool. This isn't Mars, this green one. Mars is this one here. Okay. Great, so we're just under 15 minutes. So we'll pull our flow and our cycle up a little bit. And we gotta be a little extra careful because we do have gravity outside of just our acceleration now. But we do need it to come up a bit more, our deceleration here. Ideally, what I would like to see is basically maintain an ETA of about 14 to 15 minutes. That would be like chef's kiss perfect, is this at the moment. Our cross velocity is under 500. As long as it stays under 500, I'll be happy. And we are getting there. We're just going to pull it up a bit more, just because we're getting closer than I'd like to be and still going quite quick. And I say that, and immediately we're back into the range where I want it to be for speed. Great. We'll just pull this down a little bit more. Perfect. ETA is coming down slightly. I want to come back to around that 15-minute mark we were just at. And good. Perfect. See, this is just about perfect. Cross velocity took care of itself. Now we're going the other direction. As long as we don't go too far, that's fine. And we are 3 kilometers per second still. You can see our gravity coming up slowly over here. Cross velocity is getting a little higher than I'd like it to be, so we'll zoom in, do a slight adjustment for this burn. And that should be good. Wrong direction. That's fine. We'll go like this. Great. Perfect. Lots of little things to maintain on like this kind of an approach for sure. Especially when our gravity is coming up as well. We got to be careful that we're not fighting too many different variables at once. There we go. Let's just take a look here, because we're still gaining on our cross. Why are we constantly gaining on our cross velocity? What's your vector, Victor? Very nice. Okay, so we're just not going to be able to deal with our cross for a moment here. Just nature of the planet, I think, at the moment. The way that it's rotating versus our direction of travel. Yeah, I think if we keep it there, that should be okay. Yeah, I say that and then immediately change it. Oops. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go. Very touchy. Touchy at the moment. Okay, I think what we're going to do, because we are getting very quick on our cross velocity, we're just going to come to here. We'll deal with cross velocity in a minute. Probably with RCS, because we have 2 kilometers worth of RCS kicking. And which way is that port going? Okay, so we want to twist this way. Either way. There we go. Now the cross velocity is coming down. We just weren't compensating enough for it earlier. Yeah, you can kind of see like which way the ship's going to be going. Half our speed down. There we go. And I think we're going to kill both our flow and our cycle for a moment. Great. we're going to adjust a bit more that way. So delicate on these kind of like ending maneuvers to get into a port. And then adding in like, it's not so bad like when you're in the middle of nowhere, like K-Leg's so easy. But adding in the gravity really makes a difference. There we go. There we go. Great. Kill our torch drive again. Speed up. And bring our torch drive back online. Great. Speed up. Torch drive off again for a moment. There we go. Sometimes there's just too much going on in this little tiny screen. I really wish the system map, like you could go into a bigger version of it and get rid of like all of this here. Just to like minimize it for a little bit. I should try playing with it at some point. I saw something about it. They might be doing it on like a new update kind of thing. There we go. Like bringing in the additional controls for your own map and whatnot, or your own console, nav console, all those goodies. How far out from that red line are we? Okay. This one shouldn't be a problem. It's this one that I'm more thinking about for our torch drive, of course. 0.32 gravity. There we go. Bring our cycle and our flow up ever so slightly more. We're going to kill them because we're getting a really strong cross now, which is fine for the moment. But our relative still needs to come down quite a bit before we hit that mark. Come back. Oh gosh. There we go. Great. There we go. Kilometers per second, 1.9. Definitely need that to come up. Yes, Delta Rings of Saturn is a lot of fun. It's very similar. It's basically, for those of you who don't know, it's exactly like this is the entire game essentially. Is this what we're doing right now? But you're collecting like ores and stuff. It's interesting. Have you played at VDF or have you just seen it? Okay. Come back in again here. Wrong direction, wrong direction, wrong direction. There we go. Sorry, 1 sec, VDF. Oh yeah, I played the... nice, nice, very nice. I played a good bit of it, but I always ended up like, I don't know. Wasn't quite my thing. And we're gonna kill this. And there we go. Line up, line up, line up. Did you finish it? Is there an end, or is it just like a totally open game? Delta V Rings of Saturn. For anyone joining us, we're on our final approach into Port Yangshan here in a moment. Oh my gosh, I just clicked off of it. There we go. We're approaching that line, so we're gonna hit that up. Do we need to disengage the safety? Yes, we do. We're gonna bring our flow up, gonna bring our... Ooh, a little less. There we go. 900's not terrible if we cross that boundary before that. And come on, 500. Yes. Wicked. That went quite well. I keep meaning to jump back in. I've only scratched the surface of it. Totally fair. I don't know what it is about why I can't get like totally into it the way I do into other things. But it is really fun. It's an interesting concept, especially like that 90% of the game is played in this kind of a screen where like you're just mining the rings of asteroids, the rings of Saturn, which I think is actually really neat. It's a really neat concept. Okay, we are accelerating as we are getting closer to the planet. That is not good. Well, it's minorly concerning, let's be honest here. Bring this down so that it's less touchy here. I only spend about 2% in a screen like this. Really? Isn't like most of the mining happen? Oh, I guess that's only like when you're doing the transfer from the station to the rings, eh? Why am I... Well, this is going to be a questionable docking here. There we go. Yeah, if you spend most of your time in the screen, you're missing the rest of the game. Well, yeah, I forgot about that it's only the transfer that's like this, but the actual main part of the game where you're mining, it's still pretty minimalist, eh? It's been a while since I've played it. There we go. There we go, come on. I am okay. Okay, I thought we were experiencing this right now. I guess that was earlier when we were still using the torch drive. Okay. So we are accelerating into the planet currently. So I've got our RCS on as high as I can get it to go at the moment, because you can only dock if you're under 100 meters a second relative velocity. And I'm trying to increase our cross because we keep trying to come into the planet this way. So we will hopefully, note to self, next time aim for more like here so that the gravity does most of the work instead of fighting it like we are right now, because we're down to 53% of our fuel, which I'm not exactly happy about. Like, we do have some backup fuel, so it's not the absolute end of the world, but yeah. There we go, lots of little adjustments. Come on. There we go. I just wanted to be like within striking range of that 100 meters a second mark. I am also very much playing with the speed controls over here as we're going. Oh my god. we gonna run out? Oh, I'm gonna have to do some silly things with the RCS in a moment. My goodness. Okay, we'll run it right out, and then we will go do some sketchy sketch. Because I don't think we'd make it if I just left it at this point. It's too long before we get there. All right. Come on. And we are out of RCS, close enough to being out. I'm gonna say that's all of Mars underneath us that we can see at the moment. Oh, we need our crate. Can we hold our whole crate without issues? Yes, we can. Wonderful. Okay, get into our RCS bay over here. Whoops. Grab something I didn't mean to grab. That can go there, that can go there. That one should be empty. Good. This is why I don't install the RCS cans and I just leave them beside where they go. Is so that I can do really quick switches like this when I absolutely need to. There we go. Whew. Nervous. Nervous. Are we going to crash? Are we going to make it? Reset our map up. There we go. Oh, the bots, or are you talking about the landing here? Or docking, because that gave us 63% more. Bots, yeah, bots kind of suck. A lot. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I don't like. I don't like chasing where we're landing. But that's okay. We should be able to make it, I hope. As long as we don't crash into the surface of the planet. 4, 3, 2, there we go. No longer crossing the wrong direction. 7 minutes till we get there. Our relative is still going up. My goodness, this is gonna be... Yeah, I'm trying to. Normally that's what I prefer to do, but I made a mistake on our burn. I didn't end up quite where I wanted to be. And we are definitely dealing with atmosphere now. Okay. There we go. Not that there's a lot of it, but there is some. And I think $1,200, okay. I think we're gonna be okay. I hope we're gonna be okay. Slow down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, because I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna keep the cross velocity going up, keep the relative velocity going down right now, and then let the planet pull us in towards the port. And I think we'll be okay doing that. I think. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of hoping going on here. There we go. Bring our cross back up a bit. This is one of the sketchiest docking maneuvers I have ever done. By a freaking long shot. Okay, so what we gotta do really quick is I still have one O2 tank that's my backup air tank and my backup RCS tank. So we will quickly switch it out, check and see if there are any other RCS tanks with anything that are not. Nope, okay. Whew. Whew, so close. Okay, flip our map around so that I have a good handle on what I'm doing exactly. Go back to this side. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, shh. No splatting. No splatting. We're not going to splat. We're going to clear that warning. We're going to hail it. We're going to dock. We're going to really hope that everything happens fast enough here while I'm holding down our slow down button. My gosh. And it is better to crash with the station and bounce off of it than it is to crash into the planet. That's my theory here. Oh. I think we hit the planet. I think that was a planet hit, people. Oh, geez. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing. Let's take a look. Let's see. So this one was 15 minutes ago. That's probably enough time to set back up better. Yep, splat. That's a thing that happens. That's okay. It happens a lot in a lot of like heavy sim games like this. Like even Stationeers too. Like I made my entire space station blow up yesterday. Yeah, the hydrogen self-ignited, went boom, and then that self-ignited the other tanks in a row. It was rather spectacular. But yes, we'll give it another try here. Oh, that's new. Pressing G toggling on gas values all the time. How absolutely amazing that is. So we'll load back in. We'll give another try to land here. Oh, it could be a new game, but it is a lot of effort to start astronauts. And honestly, I kind of just want to see Mars at the moment. But you know what? Yeah, okay, let's do a new game. Why not? Let's go to the main menu. We'll do a new game. Make a new character. Why not? Then everyone can see what the main parts of the gameplay are, opposed to just crisscrossing the system everywhere. Give it a moment. There we go. No, it wasn't a hardcore run. That was just a play run. But we could do a hardcore run. Let's do a new game. Oh. There we go. Give it a second to load, and we'll come up with a new name for the new character and what kind of character we want to make. I kind of have a general idea this time of what I'm going to change, but input is always welcome. And, you know, honestly, with the other one, did these guys do another game, or is this the first one? It's actually their second one. They also made Neo Scavenger. That would be so cool if you could oh my goodness, salvage your own stuff. That would be amazing. Let's see, let's see. Let's see. Someone who can handle some G's? Yeah, why not? Let's go with... Sure. Oh, you have Neo Scavenger on your list? Yeah, that's good. That game, expect to die basically all of the time. So they've got like a decent character editor here. Let's see. Where's the hair that I like? I like the fancy colored hair. That works. No. I want the blue hair. Where's the blue hair? There it is. The blues and the purples, they're fun. Make a Ripley. We could try and make a general Ripley. Go like that. Yeah. Change the eyes a bit, just because... There we go. Perfect against the Eldritch Horror. How about Sabrina? Okay, let's call her Ripley. Ripley. She can just be Ripley. Why not? There we go. Okay, career kiosk. So the medtech takes a glance at your chart, then at your body, then back at your chart. Immunosuppressed, low bone density, hypervolemic, standard condition for a young spacer on K-leg. Born and raised as you were in the weak microgravity of a 33-kilometer asteroid. Doc says the insomnia is catching up with you. It's chronic around here, something likely caused by radiation and lack of sunlight. Your eyes work well enough for now, but they're still bad and they're getting worse. 18 years old and rapidly approaching middle age. Your muscles are feeble by Mars standards. They wouldn't stand a chance on Earth. No shit, you say? You're no Earther and you never will be. A heart monitor beeps and beeps again. Board tech scribbles a few notes, grants you work permissions. Healthy enough to strip hulls in the boneyard despite everything. Fine with you. Closer to the ships after all, and you're going to get one. Yeah, so that's kind of like your base character, and then you can like, are we going to seek adventure, work on ourselves, save some money, look for a ship, and then you can like review your resume. Honestly, I normally just go work on self. There's some good things you can get from doing the adventures, and then you've got like your skills that you can train. The different ones we were doing like in during the travels. I always take EVA, spaceship, zero Gs, and piloting. They're kind of critical. Everything else can kind of be built up fairly easily, to be honest. But those are super important. And you've got stuff like acting, armed melee, cooking. They do different things based on like what kind of playthrough you're doing. If we're doing a like Ripley-esque playthrough, I do want her to start with armed melee. I feel like that's going to be super important. And by feel like, I mean I know it is. We're going to go machoistic, so pain doesn't overcome her really quick. We'll also go... We should go brave, right? Because, like, courageous and things. We could be lustful and or chaste, charismatic, coordinated, diligent, fast healer. We need to get rid of unfit. Very brutal if we're not. Genius is super important to be able to get smart quicker. We'll get rid of light sleeper, take heavy sleeper so that that's quicker. Get rid of immunosuppress, get rid of insomniac because both of those absolutely suck and kill the playthrough. We could take... We'll get rid of micro G volemic though. Just very bad. We have poor hearing? Really? You start with poor hearing? That's too bad. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of slow metabolism, make it so that we have to eat more often. Get rid of feeble. Get rid of fragile. Get rid of visually impaired. And that would cost 21 years. So we would start like middle age. That would be bad. That would be very, very bad. So now we look at what bad things are we going to take? Honestly, complacent is normally pretty helpful. Being picky is okay, so why not? We will take lustful so that she can flirt easily and up her intimate stuff more easily. We'll also take humorless. That's pretty Ripley-esque, actually, to be honest. Not being super full of humor. Let's take vengeful. Don't cross her. Let's take liar and arrogant. The space Tapius will enjoy that. Yeah. Yes. Yes, they will. And we're down to 10 years now. Let's take cruel. Just makes it easier. Oh yeah, more tentacles. We can like really push that path this time. And with that in mind, we could take selfish and impatient. 5 years. Let's go ahead and take glutton. So she'll overindulge, which is fine. Let's be slovenly, which is fine. Be super messy. It could be suspicious. We're almost back down to like a normal age. Yeah, because I kind of really want to take fit. So we're just worrying about strength. Yeah, let's take fit, and then we can train strength, and that'll give us 5 years right now. And if we come down a bit further, we could take suspicious, and that gives us 4 years. So just over 20. So why not? Let's do that. Okay, so we'll hit apply. Great. Age is 22. Net worth, only $101. My goodness. Oh, that's a good ship to start with. Love this one. Testido Melody is our ship. Really fun thing that they do in Astronauts is no matter how much you change a ship, it will always be the same model and same make and same designation. They'll never change any of it. Okay, and this is of course our mortgage that we owe. Because that is one of the things about starting new. But this is a really good ship to start with, to be honest. Yeah, it's the one that I think it is. It's not quite the one that I had last time, but this one works well. Yeah, the batteries are external, which is fine. So is the RCS. But it's a good salvage. Did I not just take it? What? Oh, okay. Not finished. You decide, oh my gosh, I hit the wrong button. Whoops. My bad. Definitely hit continue career instead of take ship. That's okay. This one's good. It's different, but very good. Cool. Let's do it. So, you start the game just with a shirt. So we'll grab our shoes. Oh my gosh. Yes, there we go. Always got to think about it because it's flipped. Put on our coveralls, a little bit of food. Great. Flick that light. So I'm just going to speed through like everything that it may ask us to do here. Just so that we can get going on a couple of different things. Come on, open the inventory. Oh my god, there's nothing good in that. That's too bad. We'll check the locker. Grab the backpack. Grab our helmet here. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Great. We don't even start with an EVA suit. Astronauts, you start with a pressure suit. So like it's not even a suit with additional air. It's just whatever air was in the suit when you close it. Very exciting. And we did not take hack, which is fine. Not taking hacking isn't the end of the world, but it's the easiest way to make money at the beginning for sure. Damn, yeah. Yeah, you start with almost nothing. So it wants you to install this, and you can see like install speed 1. Lulu, before she died there, before Ripley took over, was installing at times 20 for everything, and sometimes times 42 for certain objects. But that's all right. So we will pick up that drill and that knife. Yeah, it takes a hot minute to get going in this game, but I've done it enough. I've died enough. Let's be honest, I have died enough to know all the tricks to get started. And we will grab the crowbar. We'll check up here real quick, see if there's anything actually worth buying, worth picking up here, and it appears nope, there's nothing worth anything up there. Great, so we'll come down. I can't hack, so I can't do that. So what we'll do, because I literally had nothing. Lurk, nice. Yeah, since we literally have nothing, what we'll do is we will get on board. And you can see like the ship is half falling apart, because that is how you start this game. We'll flip over, check our damage, see how bad it really is. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But we have power, that's the important thing. Okay, great. So we'll close that. All this means is a great opportunity to find good things. 41,000 KP. Okay, great. So we do actually have a full stock of RCS. Whew. My goodness, there's even patches on the floor. We are going to buy an oxygen candle to be safe. Buying an oxygen candle is going to be a great choice because we can't even buy a grinder right now, which is fine. But we really should grab an oxygen candle. But we can't. We don't even have enough for that. Cool. So we might die very quick. That's all right. Let's do this. Hop in, close that. Dock info, we will clear out. Request docking clearance from K-Leg. There we go. Leaving K-Leg for the first time on a brand new playthrough. Oh yes, that's right. Tiny ship, lots of RCS. Fall over really easily. There we go. Okay, let's pick a couple ships to strip. We're gonna grab that one. So what I always do when we're just starting out is flip our map, of course, pick a group of ships. We will adjust our course. What's the name of our ship this time? Ontological Crisis Management. Oh, let's rename that in a bit. There we go. Make sure we're lined up. Kill our velocities. Start going in the correct direction. There we go. We'll be there in a couple of moments. Fix that. What's our bearing? Great. Cross is fine. Great. 10 minutes. Yeah, the nice thing about these little ships to start with, you're so fast. Like, you just go flying everywhere as quick as you want. Like, we're moving 300 meters a second already. So we'll just speed up time. Hopefully that's not a pirate. That would be very bad luck to start. Great, it's not. Range is 30 kilometers. Great, coming into 14. And we will slow down a little bit, fix our bearing. There we go. Feel much better about showing how I play this game, doing this kind of stuff, than I do about doing, you know, crazy weird things in orbit, or even better yet, in Atmo. Okay, we will hail, initiate, and this will be a really quick, super easy docking maneuver compared to the way that we were going to Mars and everywhere else the last couple times here. There we go. Lined up already. Great. In we go. That is a picture-perfect docking maneuver. Absolutely perfect. No, of course I didn't crash this time. My ship weighs nothing. That's the other thing, is like your weight really does affect you, especially in gravity areas. Great. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, I couldn't even buy a salvage. Perfectly mated docking. Nice. I couldn't even buy a salvage license. So we are looking at our first piece of salvage, getting excited about it, hoping it's good. And because we couldn't buy a salvage license even, we could get arrested for starting out like this. So we'll take off our coveralls, take off our shoes, put on our suit. The knife is right there. Always like to know exactly where that knife is. And we'll actually hold it. You just never know what you're gonna find. Okay, so we'll throw the helmet on. Great. Airlock. Wait for it to cycle. Great. Let's go see, oh my gosh. Roster? Yeah, there we go. Looks very damaged, whatever it is. Let's see. Nothing. Nothing of value in that crate, but that's okay. We'll take the crate. We don't even have a crate, so. Taking a look around. Oh, there's another crate. Great, doesn't look like we're gonna get stabbed, so we'll put that there. And we will take that crate even though we can't open it right now. There's a bin that's broken. We'll pry it open. Let's see what's inside, why not? Toothbrush. Probably use toothbrushes, but that's okay. Some food, some alcohol. Great. Just pressing Alt, it's really helpful sometimes just to check and see like what's around. Okay, one of the best ways to make early money is actually just taking canisters if they have a fair amount of gas in them still. Great, another crate. Ooh, some bins. And nothing of value. I'm fairly certain that this ship, because I happen to know this model of ship through salvaging enough of them, that this ship likely, I like to tell stories, right, to myself about how the ship got to where it is. In this case, it looks like a reactor core went nova, because I happen to know this ship type. And that is kind of consistent with this sort of damage, where the reactor core literally just went boom. Fever fighter, nice. Pump. Oh, am I low O2? No, okay. Okay, no, we're good on O2 and CO2. Cycle it. So it popped. Oh, yeah. All right, so what we'll do is we will drop these crates. And then there's a couple other crates. We'll go pick those up and that's it. You don't have to worry about radiation. So you do have to worry about radiation if you're there when it happens. Otherwise, my understanding is it's fine. At least for now. And I really do mean for now, because it's the kind of thing that these devs, I would not be surprised if they implemented radiation all the time. Like I was talking about the anti-G-force Stims, there's also anti-radiation stims as well. Give it a moment. Great, we cycled. So I didn't even check what's in some of these crates, but for a first time out, just picking up a couple of good items is a roll of the dice. And honestly, we're against the clock with this ship falling apart. So we'll pick our next ship. We're going to grab this one. Go like that. Dock. Request clearance and undock. Iodine for the thyroid. Yes. Help with not so bad radiation. And actually, you know what? We're going to hit this one just because of our orientation. Oh, I have my helmet on. Crap, I forgot to take my helmet off. There we go. Yes, yes. Proximity warning. Thank you. I'm docking with it. Oops. Main menu. Hail a ship. Initiate docking. There we go. Yeah, salvaging at first, it's really, really quick. Like, the first part of the game plays really quick. Oops. There we go. It's why, like, I don't know if people don't leave the K-Leg area because they don't know how to use fusion properly, or they're scared about fusion, or they can't find all the parts well enough, or what's going on with it, or if it's just because like the salvaging is probably part of the most interesting part of the game, to be honest. There we go. Twitchy, twitchy ship because it's so small. There we go. There we go. If you're just joining us, by the way, we did end up crashing into Mars, and we decided we'd start a new game, and we're kind of making a going after a Ripley kind of character, and we're going after the horror plot right away, pretty much. There we go. Another great docking. We're committing a crime, unlicensed salvage. Of course, because this is our first trip out from K-Leg, and this is our second place that we have docked, and we are pretty much just looking for anything. It's only a crime if you get caught. Yes, that's true. Oh my god. Is there... That's a very exciting ship. Yeah, sometimes you find these ships where literally it's just a couple pieces. Which, like, if you think about it, why is it a crime to go and look at a ship with literally nothing? Alright, so we will hop back into the nav station and head to ship number 3. Because ship 1 had nothing other than a couple crates, and ship 2 didn't really exist. I hesitate to call it a ship. Oops, wrong button. Go back. Docking info. We'll grab our clearance and we'll undock. Although it's not really clearance. Can you commandeer ships? Sort of. Strip parts? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, this is frustrating. I want to find something good for us to actually, like, strip or, like, think about flipping into a new ship. My first couple streams were actually about finishing stripping a ship and then selling it. We made about $1 million profit on it by flipping it. But to even do that, there's a lot that comes into play about whether it's valuable or makes sense to do it. A lot of the time, selling the parts off is actually more profitable because it's faster to strip and sell. Like, ideally, what we do is we find some reactor pieces, which are definitely, like, super valuable, or some of the tanks for fluids, which is the other super valuable part. There we go. Waiting for the save. My goodness. Forever for the autosave. There we go. Great on approach, dock, initiate. Getting the fluids after docking, hey? Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, but yes, exactly. It's the H20 and, or no, it's HE3, sorry, and the D20. Here we go. For the reactor, what's the word that I'm looking for? Reaction. The reactor reaction. To fuel the reaction in the reactor. There we go. That's the right word I was looking for. And docked. Great. I'm not locking my door yet, so I'm always worried about someone like getting on board. Because that definitely happens quite a bit. Here we go, throw our helmet on. Wait. Wait. Great. There we go. Do you not have a gun? Oh, reaction mass? Yeah, the RCS. And no, I do not have a gun. I have a rusty tactical knife. That is the current weapon I have, or I could use, ooh, that's a seal kit, that'll be helpful. Or I can use like tools as well. Oh, that's an EVA charger. Oh my god, it's so dark. Toggle power. There we go. I forget that the EVA suits don't have lights. Not the EVA, the pressure suit doesn't have a light like the EVA suit does. Death by tetanus. Yes. Oops, that actually looked like there might have been something valuable there. Hey, a salvage permit. When's it good to? Tomorrow. What? Free salvage permit. Yes. That is a great item to find right away. That fusion manual is also a decent item to sell right away. Yes, I will take pain pills to sell. Yep, finally not illegal. Fantastic. Means a random cop won't jump on board, which is nice. Ooh, that is ammo. Do I want a fire extinguisher? No. Honestly, I have always held on to fire extinguishers and then I've never used one ever. And now that I say that, we're gonna need one. Fuck yeah, sell them all. Always take the, yeah. Yup, always. So there's some damaged doors that are like, we're gonna have to deal with, which is fine. You can see this is a reactor hole, by the way. I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. It's too close to the exit. All right, so we will uninstall this door, speed up time, probably run out of air while we're doing it. Yep, there it is, the CO2 warning. Wait. Wait. There we go. And back out the airlock. I let air out that I didn't want to. That's okay. You say that now, you're gonna burn. Yeah, probably. Probably, like that's exactly what I was thinking. In Stationeers earlier today, I did light my entire station on fire. It was fantastic. Made a bunch of things go boom. There we go. And like the other thing to note too is like you can see that, oh, I should probably work on her, some of her things here. Make her a little happier. But you can see like training in electrical engineering, 0%. And like those will keep going up and changing as we go. Oh my god, CO2 again. I really can't wait for an EVA suit. There we go. And go like that. Fantastic. Oh, our O2 is low. That's right, because we did that. There we go. Feeling numb and tingling in the extremities. So fun. Honestly, like, if you can make it past the first couple of salvages and survive, you're usually okay-ish for a while. Unless you do something ridiculous like crash. But it can be really dangerous, these first couple of salvage runs. Oh yeah, the storage bay is still here. Oh, they're almost never here. We'll be taking this. It's not just super valuable and like, nah, it's worth nothing. In the grand scheme of things. These are. And that is literally what this bay is we are going to fill this bay up with a bunch of stuff that we find on this ship, and then we will uninstall it and we will drag it back to our ship. There we go. Yeah, I could use an extra floor. Have some missing on mine. Yep, very cool. This is our first good piece of thing we found so far. And I know what ship this is. Just can't remember where everything is. Alright, let's go over here. Let's go see if the, didn't realize it was modular. Oh yeah, you can build your ships however you want. Like, each one of these floorboards you can rip out, each one of these walls. It's entirely modular. Even the reactor core is modular, which I'm hoping is going to be behind this door. We're probably going to have to go get air before we get through it, though. And by probably, I mean, I know for sure. Yeah, see, there it goes. There we go. We'll dump some of the loot. No, we won't. We'll just keep it. There's no point in dumping it yet. There we go. Put our helmet back on. Come on, Ripley. You can do it. Get through the airlock in a smart manner. There we go. Come back up to here. And I am really hoping that there is a reactor on the other side of this door. If there's a reactor on the other side of this door, we will be making some decent money. There we go. And it looks like the reactor itself is gone. Yep, the reactor itself is gone. That's too bad. But these laser arrays are worth something. Sugio, been lurking, but need to focus on some tasks. Enjoy. Oh, thanks very much there, Sugio. I appreciate having you in the chat today. It was great. Good luck with the tasks. Oh my gosh, why are we repairing things? Not paying enough attention. Cancel task. There we go. Have a good one, Sugio. And we're not going much longer today anyway. We're going for about another 25 minutes. Oh gosh. CO2 is high again. There we go. Bye. Have a good one. But yeah, we'll take these fusion array lasers. They're worth a little bit. Not a lot, but a bit. They'll be worth like 4 to 5k. There we go. Flip our helmet again. Over to here. Back to the airlock. Wonderful. Back over to the reactor bay. The nice thing about these two laser arrays as well is they're nice and small, so they're easy enough to move, and there's plenty of parts around to fix them. My goodness, we suck. I always forget how like hard it is to get the skills to come up. We may just abandon those. They're not worth enough for it to take this long. We really need an EVA suit. What we probably will do is grab that battery charger though, and grab that what's the word that I'm looking for? Crate. Yeah. Yeah, it's just taking too long for it to be fun for for me, honestly. And like it'll speed up once we get certain tools. Like all of our tools are handheld right now, and we just need enough money or to find the electronic version of all, not electronic, the power version of all the tools. That is the trick at the very beginning. Is if you can find, buy, or steal the decent stuff at the beginning. Yeah, okay. We'll check the rest of the ship here. No, there's nothing valuable enough through there. I know that for this ship. We'll check this bin. We'll check this coat. No. We'll check the pants. Really what I'm looking for at the moment are books, data pads, and a couple of other small items like that that easily fit in the inventory that are not difficult to A, move around, and B, sell for a decent amount. And I don't think there's going to be anything worth pursuing behind that door. So we'll just check this bin. Yeah, I already checked it. Okay, great. So toggle that light. Put that light there. Put that crate in our hand. And then we will grab the one other crate and head out. Oh yeah, and the battery charger. Keep forgetting about the battery charger. Waiting. There we go. Great. Pop our helmet off for a moment. Oh my gosh. We don't have any oxygen left in there. Pop our helmet off. There we go. And we'll go grab that battery charger because that'll be worth something at least. Unless it takes us forever to uninstall it because it's already damaged. It's damaged. Is it going to take us forever? It's going to take some time. But we do need to work on our skills, so we'll uninstall it and then we'll take it with us. Probably won't have everything we need to fix it at the moment, but that's okay. You'll see that I click away from the airlock and then, shoot. I was trying to avoid exactly that because sometimes you'll double go through both airlocks at the same time instead of one after the other. Very frustrating when that happens. I just try to hold on to my oxygen the best I can. You do have to pay for it unless you find it. Great, we'll uninstall this. And now we will drag it with us back to our ship. Great. I'll have to pry it for my cold, dead lungs. Yup. I was hoping we'd see some bodies too a little quicker, but we haven't yet. Yeah, like there's even coolers here and like heaters and yeah, there's lots. Lots of stuff in this game. Hop back into our nav station. That's my O2. Yep. All right. So we'll request clearance, we'll undock, and we'll head to the next ship, which is pretty close. This is why, like right at the beginning, I like trying to make sure that we're really close to a couple of ships when we go out. That way, the inevitable this is all bad ships isn't so bad. Because then you can just hit like 3 or 4 of them in a row instead of flying between ones that are super far apart. Absolutely, you can build a Frankenship there, VDF. You can build whatever you want. Like, the ship that I was flying as Lulu earlier is not a ship that was bought or flipped. It was a ship similar to this that I built. I built it up from my starting ship into that really big one. There we go. Dock. Whoops, wrong button. Hail. There we go. Initiate clearance. And I think probably after we dock here, check this ship out, we'll call it a day. We're coming up on the 3-hour mark here, which is how long I was going to stream for today. And that'll be good. There we go. Whole bunch of really good docking procedures right after how bad that one at Mars was. There we go. Coming in nice and carefully. Nothing wrong with a good docking session. Too true, too true. There we go. Docked. Exit. Throw our helmet on. And we'll check this ship out, see if there's anything. Well, at least the ship's mostly intact. That's a first today. Oh, look at that. An EVA battery. That's useful. Nope, not worth anything. O2 tank? Not worth anything. 257 for the N2 tank. That's not too bad for the nitrogen. Max full is somewhere around 400. I can't remember what the exact number is, but it's not super important. As long as it's like above 200, I'll typically take it to sell. Oh, look, another one. We'll just leave it. Not worth it. We already have one. Nope, not what I meant to do. Grab that bin. Oh, it's one big bin. That's why. No, you know what I forgot to do? That subfloor bin. I forgot to take it out. Oh, we'll have to go back for that. That's okay. That's not going to be today. We're just going to walk through here and then call it a day, I think. Broken nav station. That's worth something. If it doesn't take us forever to uninstall it. Can't believe I forgot the thing. Yeah, honestly, we will go back because they're expensive. They're like 12 grand to buy, and we just found one, so. All right, I think we will call it a day though. That is plenty good enough. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day. Woo! Yeah, I think so. That was pretty good. So we'll create a save, of course. And that'll be a day. Man, you were very talkative today there, VDF. Have a good one. Thanks so much. Thanks for taking over as a moderator. I appreciate you dealing with those bots today. And everyone else, have a wonderful day. And I will see you probably tomorrow, and we'll do a quick session of Stationeers. Have a good one. Bye-bye.